The next topic is validity and reliability of research instrument. Now, what is validity? What is concept of validity? Validity means accuracy. So something is accurate. If your research findings are accurate, if you are using one equipment and that equipment is consistently giving same results, similar results, okay, that may be reliability, but it is giving correct results. It is giving accurate measurement. So in that case, you called it as a valid. Means it is a true. It is giving correct results. It is giving true results. So validity means truthfulness of that particular questionnaire, truthfulness of that particular research instrument, or correctness, how much correct that instrument is, how much true values or how much true outcome is given by that particular research instrument or research questionnaire. Is the research investigation providing answer to the research question for which it was undertaken? Now, generally what we do, we have some research problem in mind. That research problem we convert into research question and research hypothesis. So we try to find out solution to our research question. Ultimately, what is goal of our research investigation? To find out solution to your research question, to find out answer to your research question. So whatever research investigation you are conducting, whatever research instrument you are using, whether that research instrument is helping you to find answer to your research question. If your research instrument is helping you to find out answer to your research question, then you can call it as your valid research instrument. Then only it is correct research instrument. Then it is true research instrument. Suppose I am measuring PM 2.5 particle. Like suppose my project is on efficacy of electric vehicles in reducing PM 2.5 particle air pollutants in the air. If my instrument is correctly, accurately measuring PM 2.5 particle level, then what that instrument is doing, that instrument is helping me to find out answer to my research question. What is my research question? What is the efficacy of electric vehicles in terms of reducing the air pollutants or reducing the PM 2.5 particle level? So validity is what? Validity is nothing but you get answer to your research question. Your research investigation provide answer to research question for which it was undertaken. Then it is called as a valid research investigation. If so, is it providing this answer using appropriate methods and procedures? So whatever methods you are using, whatever procedures you are using, those are whether updated methods, those are correct methods, these are true methods, or those are false methods. So again, that is also validity. So whatever methods you are using for getting answer for your research problem, that methods also fall under category of validity. So whatever research questions you are using, whatever research items you are using, whatever research you can say attitudes you are using or attitudinal values you are using, whether those are valid, whether those are correct, okay, whether those are true, that is the validity. So validity is the ability of an instrument to measure what it is designed to measure. So instrument is what your research questionnaire is your research instrument, right? In my case, the instrument which I am going to use for measurement of PM 2.5 particle, that is my research instrument. Suppose you want to assess the efficacy of lecturer in delivering these research methodology lectures, then those 10 questions or whatever questions you have, that is your research instrument. So validity is what? It is the ability of your research instrument to measure what it is designed to measure. Means I have 10 questions with me, and those 20 questions are directed towards what? It is directed towards measuring the efficacy of lecturer in delivering research methodology lectures. If it is accurately measuring the efficacy of that lecturer in delivering research methodology lectures, then you can say that that research questionnaire is a valid research questionnaire. Otherwise, if it is not measuring what it is, it should measure. Like suppose we had a questionnaire. This was our questionnaire. And in this shows concern for the students. So it is nowhere related to efficacy of a person in delivering lectures. Okay. Concern is something different aspect. Some concern is a different variable. It may not be useful here because it is not reflecting the efficacy of lecturer. So it is not a valid questionnaire. It is not a valid statement. It is not a valid item. We have to delete such items or questions which are not valid. So it is the ability of an instrument to measure what it is designed to measure. Validity is defined as the degree to which the researcher has measured what he has to set out to measure. So basically, whatever you have proposed to measure, whatever is your research question, whatever is your research hypothesis to measure, if you are measuring that, then that is a valid research, that is a valid research instrument, that is a valid research investigation. So validity is defined as the degree to which the researcher has measured what he has set out to measure. So whatever you have proposed to measure, to what degree, to what extent Okay, you are measuring with what accuracy you are measuring. So if your degree of accuracy is more, your research is more valid. If your degree of accuracy is 100%, your research is 100% valid. If your degree of accuracy is 95%, your research is 95% valid. Means there are 5% of errors. So validity means accuracy of your research project or your research investigation or your research instrument, right? Who decides whether an instrument is measuring what it is supposed to measure? Of course, you have to decide. How will you decide? Can you decide on your own? You can decide, but you have to take help of maybe statistician or who are the experts in the field. So you can call the people who are experts in the field, and you can also take a help of research methodology person or research statistician to decide whether whatever measures you are conducting, whatever investigation you have, whatever methodologies you are using, whatever research instrument you are using, that research instrument is accurate or valid or not. Okay. So you along with this team, the team of researchers can decide whether that is a valid research investigation. How can it establish that an instrument is measuring what it is supposed to measure? So how can you establish? So there are different types of validity measures to establish that instrument is measuring what it is supposed to measure. And what are those? So for that, we need to discuss classification of validity or types of validity. Okay. So for this, to find out answer to your final question, that how can it establish that an instrument is measuring what it is supposed to measure? So you have these three types of validities. Based on this validity, you can come to a conclusion that your research instrument is measuring what it is supposed to measure, right? First is your phase and content validity. Second is concurrent and predictive validity. And third is construct validity, right? Now, first is phase and content validity. So what is phase and content validity? First, we'll discuss about phase validity. What is phase validity? Phase means face to face. Face to face is what? Establishment of a link between the research instrument and the objective is called as phase validity. Now, if you see on right hand side, it is our research question or research hypothesis. What is our research question? We want to assess the efficacy of lecturer in delivering research methodology lecturer. This is my objective. Now I will keep each question in front of this objective. I know my objective. I want to assess the efficacy of lecturer. Now, first question is knows the subject well. Is it going with the objective? Yes, it is going with the objective. If the person is knowledgeable, then only he will be able to deliver the lecture. Second is unenthusiastic about teaching. So it might be a contributory factor, but not 100%. So we can keep this kind of questions. Shows no concern for the students. Now, this particular statement has no face validity. Why face validity? Because it is there is no link between the question. There is no link between the research question and research objective. So here the link is lacking. Hence, this is not satisfying the face validity. So in face validity, what are we doing? We are trying to establish the link between what? We are trying to establish the link between research instrument, research questionnaire, research item, okay, and your research objective. When we find that link, we are keeping research question in front of research objective, or we are keeping research question in front of your research objective. If your research objective is fulfilled by that particular question, then only that is a fulfilling face validity. Okay. Otherwise, it is not fulfilling face validity. For all demand too much. So demand too much is not falling, or there is no link between demand too much and your research question or research hypothesis. So or research objective, better you say, right? Communicates well. Definitely, it has some link, because if you have good communication, then you will be able to deliver the lectures. Knows how to teach. Again, it has a logical link. There is a logical link between the objective and this particular question. Can explain difficult concept in simple term. Now, as far as research methodology and stat concerned, this is one of the important criteria. You have to explain difficult things into simpler way. So it has a direct link. Is seldom available to the student. So this question is not giving clear-cut information. This question is not having clear-cut link with the objective. Available for what? Is seldom available to the student. So there is no elaborative link, or there is no clear-cut link between your research objective and research question. So it lacks the face validity. Is liked by some students and not by others. So it is not having any link with the objective, right? It is not related to the objective, or it is not helping you to fulfill your research question. Has published a great deal. Student will not matter. Like suppose I have 100 publication. How does it matter to you? You are not concerned. Did you ask me before conducting the lecture? Nobody asked me how many publications you have. What is your research profile? Nobody asked me. You directly started attending lecture. What do you want? You want me to deliver good lectures. Okay. You want to listen good content from me. That's it. Okay. Means here it is lacking face validity. Right. So for this questionnaire, we removed has published great deal, is liked by some students and not by others, then demands too much, shows no concern for the students, and is seldom available to the students. Means we removed five items, almost five questions we removed, and only we kept five remaining questions. Why those five questions? Because these remaining five questions, they have a direct link with the objective. It has fulfilled face validity, right? So this is the face validity. This is the simple way of discussing or checking the validity of your research instrument. Now, next is a content validity. We check the face validity by establishing the link between the research objective and the research instrument. So how do we check content validity? Yeah, content validity is different and face validity is different. Okay. Face means face to face. Research objective and research instrument is face to face. Research question and research objective is face to face. And we are seeing whether there is a link. When they come, yeah, when they come face to face, whether there is link between these two. Content validity means content, whatever is content inside these particular questions. Like it is equally important that the items and the questions cover the full range of the issue or attitude being measured. What attitude you want to measure in this example? You want to measure which attitude? The efficacy of lecturer in delivering lecturer. So whatever is required, efficacy of lecturer means whether the quality of lectures are good, whether the whatever teaching material is given good, whether the PowerPoint presentation is good or communication skill is good, whether that person can explain. So you have to cover all the issues. You have to first jot down the issues related to or the content, you can say content related to that research problem. And if the it is fulfilling all the contents, all the aspects should be covered. There shouldn't be any untouched aspects. Okay. When it covers all the aspects related to your research problem, then you can say it is fulfilling content validity. Okay. For content validity, definitely you can take help of the experts or maybe your guides or the people who are expert in that particular field. Sometimes what happens, you might miss few points. Okay. You may not cover few points. So you can ask the experts in the field to check for the content validity. So content validity, face validity is simple thing that even you can check whether you have the expertise or you do not have. Directly you can check it because you can understand, you can link the objective and research instrument. For content validity, you try to establish the content validity on your own. Also take help of the experts who are in the field or maybe your guides or maybe senior professors who are available in the university. So you can take their help to check the content validity. Assessment of the items of an instrument in this respect is called as content validity. Means what are we doing? We are trying to cover the full range of issues or attitudes being measured. So whatever attitude we are measuring, whatever issue we are discussing, whatever research problem we are having, whatever research objective we are having, we try to see that full range is covered. Okay, regarding that particular attitude or regarding that particular issue, then it has a content validity. Next is concurrent and predictive validity. So predictive validity is what? Predictive validity is judged by the degree to which an instrument can forecast an outcome. So it is a forecasting or predictive science. Okay, so management has a subject, I think predictive management. So it's a statistical procedure where you predict the outcome of one particular, suppose one person want to set one business. So what is the prediction after 3 years? Yeah, probability. So this predictive validity is again it's a statistical measure and it is decided based on predetermined statistical measures. Like suppose there is match between India and Pakistan. So you have seen that many times there is prediction that India will win. 60% of possibility that India will win this particular match and only 40% possibility that Pakistan will win this match. What is this? Whether it is these are false statements or overconfident statements or just statement done as it is. It is based on the statistical measures. So number of matches played on this particular ground. Yeah, historical data. Historical data is taken and the predictive validity is applied to predict the percentage or probability of win, the percentage or probability of that particular thing. So the validity means accuracy. Maybe it is 60% accurate, 80% accurate, 90% accurate, but it will predict the future. Okay, so prediction of future is by this predictive validity. Concurrent validity is judged by how well an instrument compares with a second assessment concurrently done. Second assessment concurrently done means what? Suppose my research topic is on evaluation of efficacy of electric vehicles and air pollutants. Now I can collect data in Navi Mumbai region as well as I can collect data in Pune region. So I have taken two different simultaneously on same date, same time. Okay, because it's in the same time zone. These are two nearby cities. They are into same time zone. What I am doing, I am collecting the PM 2.5 particle or air pollutant level for that particular time concurrently, same time. Concurrently, I am collecting two observations and I am checking the validity of that particular instrument. The type, the similar instrument means I can have two instruments and simultaneously recording the values. So concurrently we are doing the observations. Or suppose I am conducting lecture for this university and maybe Mumbai University also. So concurrent observations means suppose this is batch of 38 students and in Mumbai University suppose there is batch of 50 students. So concurrently we can give these questionnaires to you people also and the people who are studying in Mumbai University, and we can find out. Yes, parallel, concurrently at the same time, because they have also gone through my lectures, you have also gone through my lectures. So I will, or the university will give you the questionnaire for marking, and university will simultaneously give the questionnaire to the students of Mumbai University also. They will also mark based on those 10 questions. Okay, so that is a concurrent validity to check the opinions, similarity and differences in the opinions, whether it is valid opinions or it is not valid opinions. Concurrent validity you can apply before start of your study. So it can be a part of your pilot study, right? So it will help you to come to a conclusion that whatever research instrument, research investigation you are going to conduct or you are planning to conduct in future, whether that is true or false, whether that is giving true results or false results. So always try to apply this kind of validity before final start of your or final distribution of your data collection tool, okay, or research instrument. Now, third is construct validity. Nowadays, this is the most commonly used validity because it is not done by the humans. There is a least possibility of human error in this since it is done by the technique called as software, statistical software, maybe SPSS or Minitab. So we use factor analysis. So we have these factors. All these 10 are my 10 factors. And I will analyze these factors based on the statistical measure that is called as factor analysis. Right? So that is a construct validity. Construct means each question, each statement, or each item is one construct. So similar items will go in under one construct, and the items like suppose it is about a knowledge, all the items about knowledge will go under that particular construct. Can explain difficult concept in simple term means it is the ability to communicate. So all those will items will go under construct of communication skill. Okay, so there the constructs will be formed out of these 10. The different construct will be formed. One construct is about the knowledge, other construct will be about the communication skill. There might be few other construct also. So in factor analysis, all these factors or constructs are analyzed in such a way that you will have addition or omission of certain factors. Okay, factors means the statement. Each statement is one factor. Okay, so there is addition or omission of certain factors, and that is a part of construct validity or factorial analysis, or it is a part of multifactorial analysis. Okay, or multivariate analysis. It is a part of multivariate analysis. It is based on statistical procedure. It is determined by ascertaining the contribution of each construct to the total variance observed in a phenomena. Now, just for the understanding purpose, because it is part of research statistics and it is a part of factor analysis or multifactorial analysis. So here, the total variance, suppose there are 10 items for this particular research instrument. Each item should contribute some amount of variance. Suppose total variance is 100. So each item should contribute some variance to the total variance. Total variance is 100. So out of these 10 items, each item should contribute some amount of variance. Means out of suppose statement 1 is contributing 15, statement number 2 is contributing 20. So that way it should contribute some amount of variance to the total variance. Now statement number 3 is show no concern for the student. If it does not contribute to the total variance, whatever is the amount of total variance, then these items are removed by the software. The software will ask you to remove items because it is not contributing any variance to the total variance which is associated with this factor or which is associated with this factor analysis procedure. Okay. So it is determined by ascertaining the contribution of each construct to the total variance. So there is some total variance, and each construct or each statement or each items should provide some amount of variance, or each construct should have some kind of contribution in providing or adding to that total variance. Then only we can say that, or then only software will say that it is a valid construct. Otherwise, software will remove that particular construct. Okay. So this was about construct validity. It is done by factor analysis procedure. Concurrent validity, again, you can try this concurrent validity concurrently doing two observations. Predictive validity means prediction of particular phenomena, prediction of particular business, prediction of particular research investigation, prediction of particular experimental investigation. Predictive validity. Content validity, content. If content, entire content is covered, full range of issue or attitude is covered, then it is content validity. Face validity means face to face. Your research instrument and research objective is face to face. Okay, when they can have a link, when they are put face to face, if there is a link between both of them, then it is a face validity. Okay. So these are the validity types of validity by which, or these are the types by which you can decide the validity of your research instrument or research investigation. Okay, if there are no doubts, we can move to next part, that is concept of reliability. What is reliability? When you have somebody reliable, when do you say that this person is reliable and this person is not reliable? Reliable means consistency of a person. You may be having some friends which are reliable and some friends which are not reliable. It is based on what? It is based on their consistent support. Okay. It is based on their consistent association with you. So reliability means consistency, consistency in one particular thing. So what? If a research tool is consistent and stable, hence predictable and accurate, it is said to be reliable. So when do you call a person as a reliable? If that person is consistent, if that person is stable, if that person is predictable, if that person is accurate, then you call that person as a reliable. Okay. I have one example. So this is the example. Suppose you are a selector for Indian cricket team, and there are two batsmen, batsman A and batsman B. You will ask, yeah, you will ask these two batsmen to play 10 test matches. Okay, so these are 10 test matches, and you will take their average score, or you will take their score or different parameter or statistical parameters. Suppose for first batsman A in test one, he scores 500 marks, and batsman B score only 50 marks. Okay. For test two to test 10, bats 0 marks. Okay. He's scoring 0 marks. And batsman B, he scores 50 marks, 50 runs, not marks, for all the matches. So what is condition here? You have two batsmen, batsman A and batsman B. You conducted 10 test matches. Okay. You ask them to play 10 test matches. In 10 test matches, batsman A scored 500 runs in first test match. And in remaining test matches, he couldn't score anything. In case of batsman B, he scored 50 runs in all the matches. Okay. So we will go for statistical parametric procedures. We will calculate average. Average for batsman A is 50. Average for batsman B 50. Now, if you take the average criteria, you cannot decide because both the batsmen, they have scored same. The average is same for both the batsmen. You have conducted 10 test matches and you have taken the average score for both the batsmen. It is same. There is no difference. Now, there is difficulty. You cannot select one of them based on the average score. Now, we will study the standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation for batsman A. And standard deviation for batsman B. Okay. Now, standard deviation for batsman A is 158. What is standard deviation? Deviation from mean or deviation from average. So how much deviation? How much unreliability this batsman is having? He's having a range of performance. From 50 is the average from 50. He is moving 150 on one side, positive side, and 150 on minus side. So there is a range of plus 150 to minus 150. There is large range. Okay. But in case of batsman B, he's consistently performing for all the, he's reliable. Why? Because his average and standard deviation is almost, there is no difference. Standard deviation is zero. There is no deviation. There is no deviation from the mean. No deviation means was he's consistent. He's consistently performing. He's consistently playing. It is not that means he's reliable. You can take this batsman for further matches because at least he will score 50. Batsman A will score 0 or 500. Okay. For one match, he will score 500 and remaining 9 matches, he will not score any run. Okay. Means he's not that reliable. So reliability indicator is your deviation. How much you are deviated from your average. Whatever is the average for your value. This is the attitudinal value. How much you are deviating from your average attitudinal value. Okay. It's a large deviation. 150 run is large deviation. It is 150 runs. Here it indicates the runs. So he's having deviation of 150 runs. Okay, scoring 150 run is difficult task, all of you know, right? We will calculate variance. So variance is similar parameter. When you square the standard deviation, you get the variance, right? So variance means variability. Variability means behavior. The batsman B, how much variability he has? He has zero variability. Means there is no variation. He's extremely consistent, extremely this thing reliable person. Why? Because there is no deviation for him and there is no variance. Variability is less. So he's consistently supporting the team. He's consistently supporting that particular attitude under study. Okay. So his attitude is not deviating, right? Means he is not deviating, like there is zero deviation. So zero score means the no deviation, right? But in case of batsman A, 25,000 variance. Variance means it's a large variance. Okay. In terms of scoring that much score or runs, it's a large deviation or it's a large standard deviation. So that is the way you decide the reliability of a person, right? So reliability means what? Reliability is nothing but consistency. If a research tool is consistent and stable, hence predictable and accurate, it is said to be reliable. The greater the degree of consistency, if somebody is very consistent and stable, the greater is the reliability. Means somebody is consistently performing, that person has stability, means he's more reliable. A scale or test is reliable to the extent that the repeat measurements made by it under constant conditions will give the same results. Suppose you have a research instrument, like suppose in my case, I want to assess the efficacy of electric vehicles in terms of reduction of air pollutants. I am using one equipment, one instrument for measuring PM 2.5 particle level. If that instrument is consistently giving similar results under similar conditions, if I am using it in Navi Mumbai area in particular zone, and I am giving similar consistent result. Now also, if I repeat after 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, if I am repeating it multiple times under similar conditions, okay, or under similar phenomena, it is giving same results, consistent results. Means now I have done, and after 3 months, it is giving some different results. Then it is not consistent. But now I have done the investigation. After 3 months, I am collecting. Then again, after 3 months, after 1 year, after 2 years, if I am collecting the data with the same instrument and it is giving same results under similar conditions, then you can say that that research instrument is reliable. In case of questionnaire, suppose you have applied this questionnaire to the students of D.Y. Patil University, like you people, and this questionnaire is applied to other university. If it is giving consistently similar results, then you can say that your research questions are reliable. It is giving almost similar results. Or if I have applied this type of question to your batch and maybe next batch and the next batch or previous batches, if it is giving consistently same result, consistently similar attitudinal values, the range of attitudinal value is low, the standard deviation is low, variance is low, then you can say that this research questionnaire is valid research questionnaire. The research questions are valid research questions because I tried with multiple batches, your batch, next batches, previous batches. I've tried with multiple batches and I am getting consistently, or the questions are getting consistently same score, same attitudinal value. Okay. So when you get some kind of such kind of similar results under similar conditions, same lectures I am repeating, right? I will conduct similar lectures for next batches or previous batches also I did the same lectures. So similar lectures means similar condition. condition is similar, phenomena is similar. I'm giving the same questionnaire. If that each question is giving same attitudinal value, similar attitudinal value rather you say, then you can say that that questionnaire is reliable, or that statement is reliable, or that item is reliable. When you collect the same set of information more than once using the same instrument and get the same or similar results under the same or similar condition, an instrument is considered to be reliable. Right? So just now I explained, like you are applying your instrument, and if it is giving consistently same results under same or similar condition, then you can call it as a reliable instrument. So that is the concept of reliability. Now, what are factors that affect the reliability of research instrument? First is the wording of questions. We have discussed this in detail when we discuss research questionnaire. Okay. So in research questionnaire, we discuss what type of questions you should have. You should not have double barrel questions. You should have the questions which are easy to understand, because you are giving it to participant. You are not giving it to expert in the field. So wording of the question should be very simple. There should not be double barrel questions. Okay. There should not be confusing questions. So the wording of questions is important when you want to have reliability of those things. Physical setting. Physical setting is applicable for what? For the research instrument. Suppose I am using instrument for collection of PM2.5 particle data. So that physical setting is important. Suppose today you have one kind of setting, tomorrow you are changing the setting, then that physical setting is not the same setting. Your mobile have different settings, your instruments have different kind of settings, digital equipments have different kind of settings. If you are recording one particular attitude in one particular setting, you should record same attitude under same setting after 3 months, 4 months, or whenever you want to have repeated measures. Then only you can say it is reliable. But if you're changing the physical settings, then it will give different results. Third is respondent's mood. Respondent's mood means it is related to questionnaire. Suppose if you are circulating a questionnaire, and if the respondent's mood is not favorite or a proper mood, so then that person might mark in the negative zone, or extremely positive. Somebody is very happy. Suppose somebody today I'm very happy, and you give me a questionnaire, I will mark everything in positive zone. And suppose I'm extremely disappointed, or I fought with someone today and come here and you give me a questionnaire, I will mark in the negative zone. Okay, so that is the mood also dependent, but you cannot change this. There is possibility of error because of this factor, respondent's mood. Interviewer's mood, your mood. Like suppose I am conducting somebody's interview, but my mood is very good mood, then I will have good kind of interaction. If the mood is not that good, then the interaction may be affected. Okay. The nature of interaction. Nature of interaction means the interaction between the interviewer and the participant, the interaction between researcher and the participant. It depends upon the kind of personality you are, because when you are interviewing someone, it is your skill to take out information from the participant. If you are skillful enough to take out information from the participant, see that this skill is different. Everybody may not be having same skill. Okay, so different researcher will have a different kind of skill. So if you are having multiple researcher with similar kind of questions and similar kind of participant, there is great possibility that because of nature of interaction, because of this particular factor, the reliability is reduced, because all are not equally capable of getting similar information. Okay, it is human error. It is human tendency because of human nature or human skills rather, you can say. Okay, interview is a skill. Okay, getting answers of a research questionnaire is a skill. Preparing a research questionnaire is a skill. So it depends on your experience, or it depends on your involvement with that particular topic. So all these things matter. Hence, nature of interaction will affect your reliability of the data. The regression effect of instrument. Regression effect means if you're giving same instrument multiple times, means the interest will go down. If you have a participant, like you are a batch, every weekly I am applying same questions to you. Every week, every Thursday you are coming here and I'm giving 10 questions to you to mark. First week you will be enthusiastic. Next week, okay, sir has asked, we will mark. After that, you will lose interest. So you will arbitrary mark. So that is a regression effect. You will not take interest in marking. You will arbitrary mark after a third week or fourth week. Okay, so that is a regression effect of an instrument. So when you have a longitudinal study where you apply similar set of questions multiple times. In longitudinal study, we have interaction with the participant multiple times. Okay, in that case, the regression effect will affect your reliability. Reliability means consistency of the data. Because in first two setting, the results are correct. The attitudes are correct. The marking of attitude is correct. But in further setting, in further subsequent weeks, it is not the actual attitude. It is not the correct attitudinal value. Okay, so you will not get correct attitudinal value for that particular questions, and you will lose the reliability. Reliability will go down for that particular research instrument. So these are some of the factors which are associated with the reliability. Means these factors will directly or indirectly affect the reliability of your research instrument. How to assess or how to determine the reliability of instrument in quantitative research? So these are some of the procedures. Basically, we need to have two kind of procedures, like external consistency procedure and internal consistency procedure. External consistency means what? You have a set of questionnaires. Suppose I have a set of 10 questionnaires. Externally, it should be correct. Externally means all that set, whatever set I have, all those test questions, if I apply it to some other place under similar condition, if they are giving me almost similar results, then I can say that it is satisfying external consistency procedures. Internal consistency is what? Internally, the questions are related. What is my research objective? My research objective is that I want to assess the efficacy of a lecturer in teaching research methodology. Internally, all these questions should have such a consistency that they should be able to that or the question should be able to help you to find the answer to your research question. Then it will be consistent. Means whatever results, whatever attitudinal values you are getting. Suppose you have 10 questions, if you split those questions in first five and second five, whatever attitudinal value you are getting in first five and in next five should be almost similar. Okay, then you can say that it is internally having consistency. Internal consistency means internal items, internal statements, internal questions have a consistency or reliability. Rather than consistency, we can say internal questions are reliable, internal items are reliable. So there are methods for checking the internal consistency as well as external consistency. There are methods for checking external reliability and internal reliability. External reliability means what? Test and retest procedure. Test and retest means what? Suppose I am conducting this experiment, like I will circulate the 10 questions to your batch, and I will circulate these 10 questions to the previous batch or the subsequent batch or the batch from the Mumbai University. And I will just test under similar conditions. Same lectures are taught to them, okay, to you people and the people from Mumbai University. And the test retest means first I applied on you. I collected the data. I checked the attitudinal values. I collected attitudinal values. And after that, I applied to the University of Mumbai people or next batch. And I will collect the value. If whatever score, average score for your batch divided by average score for Mumbai University student batch is 1, then we can say it is 100% reliable. There is great reliability or near to 1. Not 1 exactly, it will never be 1, but 0.80 or 0.75, 0.90, then you can say that it is reliable. 75%, 80%, 90% it is reliable. Or test score minus retest score means your score minus the student score of Mumbai University student. If it is 0, then we can say that it is reliable. It will never be 0, near to 0, 0.1 or 0.2 that way. So when it is near to 0 or test score divided by retest score is equal to 1, in that case you can say that it is fulfilling external reliability procedure. So test and retest procedure is first thing for external reliability procedure. And second is parallel forms of the same test. Now this is extremely difficult to prepare parallel forms of the same test. Parallel forms of the same test means what? I will go back to my questionnaire. These are my 10 questions. Now parallel forms means I have 10 statements. For each statement, for statement number 1, I should have similar statement, parallel statement, exactly same statement. So it is more difficult. It is difficult to prepare similar statements. Okay, knows the subject well. So you sometime for all the statement, it is not possible to have parallel forms of the test. So parallel forms of test is nothing but you have to prepare parallel questions, similar questions, which is having similar meaning. Whenever these questions are given to two participants, the understanding will be same. The attitudinal value mark will be the same. Know the subject well means it is related to knowledge. So you have to frame in such a way that another question means here in parallel form of two tests means you have to prepare two questionnaires, two research instrument, similar research instrument, twin research instrument, identical research instrument. Question number 1 of the questionnaire 1 should match with the question number 1 of questionnaire 2. Okay, if that matching is present, then only you can have parallel forms of the test. So such questions when you prepare and you apply, so whatever score you get, that should almost be similar score. Okay, either test by retest, or you can say if you divide it, the score will be 1. If you subtract, it will be 0. So parallel form of the test means you have similar questionnaires applied at two different batches. Like one questionnaire, I will give it to you, and similar questions with similar meaning, I will give it to the students of Mumbai University. Then that is a parallel form of the test. Simultaneously, I am applying. So I am applying two different questionnaires with the similar meaning. All the question statements are similar with the same meaning. Then it is called as parallel form of the same test. Internal consistency procedure. So these procedures are done in software like SPSS or Minitab. So there are different procedures like split half technique. Just now I discussed, like there are 10 items or 10 statements. So I will divide those into two halves. First 5 statements and the next 5 statements. And I will calculate the attitudinal value for first 5 and next 5. If it is almost similar, then we can say it is reliable, because 5 statements, first 5 statements and next 5 statements are having almost similar attitudinal value. Okay, then we can say that they are giving the similar message, or they are having similar consistency, or they are having similar reliability. The split half technique, this technique is designed to correlate half of the items means statements, with the other half questions, and is appropriate for instrument that are designed to measure attitude towards an issue or phenomena. So now we have which attitude we are measuring. What we are measuring? Attitude towards teaching attitude of a lecturer. Okay, lecturer in terms of delivering the lectures, research methodology lectures. So when we have such kind of attitude, when you want to measure such kind of attitude, this is very good technique, split half technique. The questions or statements, we have 10 questions or 10 statements, are divided in half in such a way that any two questions or statements intended to measure the same aspect fall into different halves. Means suppose the questions are related to knowledge. One question related to knowledge should be in the first 5, and the next question related to 5 will be in the next 5. Like 1 to 5 will have one question on knowledge, and 6 to 10 will have one question on knowledge. Similarly, attitude or similarly communication skill. One first half, like first 5 questions will have a question for one question on attitude, or one question on communication skill, and question number 6 to 10 will have one question on communication skill. So that way you have to divide, right? And then you can measure the attitude by split up technique. Split up technique you did not have to do manually. The softwares are doing it for you. Okay, SPSS or Minitab softwares, they do this kind of internal consistency procedure. Reliability, you call it as an internal reliability procedure. Now that was for the quantitative research. In qualitative research, the validity and reliability, that it doesn't matter, because in qualitative research, you are dealing with somebody's perceptions, feelings, or emotions, and you need not require consistency. Suppose you are interviewing the families who suffered Bhopal gas tragedy, okay, or who survived Bhopal gas tragedy. It is not necessary that suppose you have selected 10 families. It is not necessary that these 5 families should have similar feelings, similar emotions. It is not necessary. All 10 families may have different feelings. All 10 families may have different perceptions regarding that particular phenomena, and that is acceptable, and that should be the way of qualitative research. So qualitative research is done for that purpose. You want to explore the phenomena in depth, or from 360-degree angle. So validity and reliability are not applicable for qualitative research. There are the terminologies. There are related terminologies like credibility, transferability, dependability, and confirmability. So what are these terminologies? If you compare quantitative research and qualitative research, internal validity is your credibility. Of course, internal validity means truthfulness, accuracy. Okay, internal accuracy, credibility. External validity means transferability, knowledge you can transfer. You can transfer to someone else. Reliability means dependability. You are dependent on that data. Okay, how much you are dependent on that data. And objectivity means confirmability. All these things are just for the sake, like you can say that these are the philosophical things. These are not measurable parameters, right? All these are credibility, transferability, dependability, confirmability. These are philosophical characters. These are philosophical parameters. Internal validity, external validity, reliability, and objectivity. These are parameters. These are measurable parameters. they have an average, they have a standard deviation values. Okay, means you can rank them. You can put in interval scale. These parameters: internal validity, external validity, reliability, objectivity. But these parameters, qualitative parameters, that is credibility, transferability, dependability, and confirmability, these are more philosophical parameters than actual parameter. Parameter means what? When you have average, standard deviation, variance, these are the parameters. These parameters are not applicable for your qualitative data. These parameters are not applicable for these items. Okay. So credibility, transferability, dependability, and conformability are the philosophical statements associated with your qualitative research. So there are no strict validity and reliability criteria for your qualitative research. And you need not have to check quality, validity and reliability for your qualitative research. Okay. So validity and reliability, it is strictly applicable to research instrument in quantitative research and not in qualitative research. In qualitative research, it is not required.